Hello students, today's topic is on high performance through job design. Under this topic, we're going to have discuss about the meaning of job design and the various applications of job design. So first we're going to have understand about what exactly the job design means. So job design, as per definition on your screen, is the method that uses the management to develop the content of a job. Content of a job in the sense what kind of job it will be, to whom they have to respond, what are different kinds of responsibilities they are going to bear under that job, and then it includes other relevant tasks also that basically attach to that job. Other than this, the job design includes the process by which jobs are constructed and revised. So, job design, other than developing a content and relevant tasks, the another aspect of job design is that the it should be constructed and revised on regular basis, right? Why? Because the changing environment always challenges the organizational work and forces them to approach their goals with different views, right? So what is the reason behind it? Why it's happened? Why the changes is bound to be there in an environment, in an organization, because of the light of the new environment, that job design is increasingly important application technique. So it's a kind of application technique that continuously applying on the organizational environment to get the better output from the employees. And most importantly, the reason behind it is what the nature of work is changing. And why it is changing? Because of advanced information technology and globalization. Because as we all know that day by day the technological upgradation is have more and more, and globalization also take place. Most of the companies are trying to globalize and trying to expand their business throughout the world. So that is the reason that the job designs are continuously changing because of this reason only. Because sometimes what happen, as an individual, if you are working somewhere in India and suddenly that organization is globalized, then that jobs of that organizational people have definitely going to change, because then now their thinking should not be a national level, it should be international perspective required in that kind of job design. So that is the reason why it's constructed and revised continuously. Now the major thing that the two new developments have emerged nowadays in the job design. The first one is, I'm not going to have discussed much on this paragraphs. We'll go through it through the notes also. I just want to give a brief about these two paragraphs. First paragraph is about the technological upgradation. Like most of the managers now, they have a cell phone, smartphones, and they have a PDA also, that is personal digital assistants like laptops, tablets, etc. So that makes them, you can say, enabled to work from anywhere, right? And that makes you can say a confusion between what could be the on work time and what could be the off work time. Because what happened due to these technologies, the availability is always be there for the for the employees towards their management and organization. So that is the first point. Then second one is what, due to this technological upgradation, telecommuting jobs and teleworking normally is mainly required by the employees in an organization. Because as you all see that today's scenario, the change in job design in different organization required, because now the maximum of the work is done by the employees from the home only. So whatever the job design is there for the employee earlier, it was now it is not applicable, because due to the impact of environmental changes due to this COVID-19 virus. Now the company has again going to think about the job designs, and again it's required a reconstruction and revision, right? So that is the major concept and the influence of job design on the performances of the employees. Then the summary, the major job design applications follows are what? The job rotations, job enlargement, and job enrichment, right? Now the first application, that is job rotation. Under job rotation, the meaning of that job rotation is what a particular employee should have to go through a different department and through different job profiles, right? For example, that is already on your screen. The simplest form of job design involves moving employees from one relatively simple job to another after short time period. So it can be, that period can be a 1 hour, can be a half day, or can be, if possible, every day also. But normally, whenever that job is not going to be much simple, then definitely the job rotation is there in the organization, but not so frequently. It can be of 6 months after burning, and sometimes after 2 3 also. Many organizations are working on this kinds of concept, in which they are trying to give an experience of different departments to a particular employees. The example that is on your screen is very simple example, that example of the McDonald, where the employee may cook the French fries one day, fry the hamburgers on the next day, and wait on the front counter during the next shift, and again draw a shop drinks on the next duty. So these are all about how a job rotation can work in an organization. Another concept of job rotation, we are going to have discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of job rotation. So first advantage is what? The odds of injury are reduced, as each worker must refocus on a new task throughout the workday. Further, the incidence of repetitive strain injuries like carpal tunnel syndrome may also be reduced. In these kind of cases where job rotations are very frequent, in that case the workers are not much have the can say in odds injuries are not there. Why? Because they are every day they have to refocus on the jobs because of the new profile that they are getting on that particular day. So when as an individual, as a human being, when you're going to repeat a job and continuously, then soon you're going to have feel a fatigueness and kind of boredom, and due to that maybe your attention is not going to be much focused on that particular job, and that results in accidents. And that is the, you can say, benefit under this job rotation. Then second advantage of job rotation is what? As employees learn sets of tasks, right? They are more flexible and able to cover for someone who is absent or who quits. So normally what happens, if this job rotation is effectively implemented in the organization, then the effectiveness of the organization is increased. Why? Because the employees become more flexible. And flexible in the sense they know the number of work profiles, and they can able to work any of the department in any of the profile, and that increases the flexibility of the employees. Plus, if any of the organizational member is not came on a particular day or quits from the organization, then that also have the help the organization to can say reduce the any kind of hindrances. Then another third advantage of job rotation is what? Supervisors who are promoted from the ranks know more about how the entire operations works. A manager promoted from the ranks at McDonald's after 6 months on the job has probably been exposed to every production task performed at the unit. So whenever that kind of promotions happened or in an organization, in that condition, these managers or supervisors have more control over the organizational work. Why? Because they know the works of the different organization, and they can easily manage their subordinates because they know the technical know-how of the every job profiles and of the every department. And for example, right, and the same example of McDonald, if a manager promoted from the rank at McDonald, and if that manager during the particular job profile, if they have the experience of each and every department, then for them it is very easy to manage the profile of the different departments and the people of the subordinates of the different departments. So that is the advantages of job rotation, but there are certain disadvantages also of the job rotation. The primary disadvantage of job rotation is that each individual task eventually becomes as boring as the rest of the simple tasks. So when you'll have to perform certain different jobs in a longer period of time, then for every department's work, every particular profile is become boredom for you, right? It's create a kind of fatigueness in your mind when you're going to have perform it again and again in a regular period of times, right? So that will be there, right? Then in other words, over the longer term, there is no substantial difference between the cooking french fries and frying hamburgers. So same thing, same example. If you if as an particular employee of an McDonald, if that person is continuously working in different departments, then after sometimes frying a particular french fries and frying a hamburger is not much have a difference for them, because he is used to have doing all this works in a longer period of time, right? Consequently, job satisfaction and or performance may decline, and maybe and due to that, the performance of the employee is going to decline. Rotation, although have does some research evidence showing that it's a positive impact also, especially for cross training and developing employees for broadened responsibilities. Although, in spite of these disadvantages, job rotations have many advantages also, specifically when it's concerned about cross training. Cross training means when an employee have an opportunity to get the training of the cross functional departments, right? For example, if an HR manager can have an training for the marketing manager also. Marketing managers can also have a brief about get a brief about the HR manager. So this cross training functionals have impacted more on that employees, and due to that their responsibility become broadened, right? So these are all about job rotation. Then the next important concept is job enlargement. The job design process involves increasing the number of tasks each employee performs. A sales clerk who waits on customers, finalizes the sale, helps with credit applications, arranges merchandise, and reorders stock has an enlarged job when compared to a checkout clerk or a self stocker at Walmart. So the job enlargement, as per the specifically as per the name only, it's basically enlarging the profile of a job for a particular employee. For example, the example that is on your screen is an employee of a Walmart who has normal sales clerk who waits normally for customers and explaining them about the products. But he may have more responsibilities like finalizing the sale also. If the particular employee is explaining the customer about the particular product, then he has to assure that the sale also going to be done for that particular product. Other than finalization of sale, that customer should help them for the credit applications also, right? Arranges the merchandise around the particular shopping mall also, and reorders the stock, and he has to see also which of the items are not available, and again he has to reorder that item. So just watch here, just notice that a a sales clerk who just has to define or to demonstrate the product, he has also the number of other works that is called a job enlargement. He has to do a sale also, he has to maintain the credit application also, he has to arrange the merchandise also, and finally reorders the stock also. So this is basically called a job enlargement, when you have as an employee has a responsibility to perform numbers of job responsibilities, right? That the same thing is here in that particular paragraph. What exactly the thing is, what they are explaining here, that employee satisfaction also reduced due to that, and sometimes it helped the organization also to can say perform to increase the performance of an employees. I just want to discuss the same thing with you. Workers in and large jobs are able to use more skills in performing their tasks. Many times, however, enlargements reduces the efficiency with which the tasks are completed, thereby slowing work down. Imagine being weighted on individual at Walmart. The company's competitive advantage for low labor cost compared to a full service department store would be quickly and dramatically reduced. So just imagine here, there are two specific point in this particular paragraph. What was that? What is that? Uh, First, it increase the skills of an organization people, employees. It's make them enable to perform numbers of jobs in a single day or a allotted time. Plus, it's also have a disadvantage. That is the it reduces the efficiency of an employee because as a single person, if you have to perform number of work responsibilities, job responsibilities, then the performance is definitely going to reduce. Another important point that they have mentioned here is that uh, the organization also can have able to take a work from the employees right from can say low labor cost advantage is there. Low labor advantage cost is why because you don't have to recruit the number of employees for the jobs, right? You can take a work from a single employees, number of work from single employees also. So that reduces the you can say cost also of the organization. That is the benefit of that particular organization. But on the employee side, it sometimes has become negative also because it can be one of the reason for downsizing the jobs also because if one person has an ability to perform the numbers of jobs, then that other jobs that require the labor, maybe the employment, maybe the organization is not going to employ the other uh, people or workers, and that impacted upon that downsizing of the employees also. So that is overall about the job enlargement. The next one, the last one is job enrichment. What is that? Job enrichment represents an extension of the earlier, more simplified job rotation and job enlargement techniques of job design because it is direct outgrowth of Hertzberg's two-factor theory of motivation. The assumption is that in order to motivate personnel, the job must be designed to provide opportunities for achievement, recognition, responsibility, advancement, and growth. The technique entails enriching the job so that these factors are included. So this particular job enrichment, you can see have a combination of job rotation also and job enlargement also, but not to create a kind of fatigueness and boredom for the employees. It's basically for giving more opportunities for the employees, and through that opportunities, the employees can achieve something in an organization. If they're performing well, they will get the promotions, they will get the recognition and responsibilities also. Advancement is there in their career growth, and uh, more future prospects are there in the organization because of their performances, multitask. They are whatever they are doing in the organization. If their multitasking is giving the organization much growth, then definitely these employees will be interested in that, and that creates a job enrichment for them, right? So, as you all know about the Hertzberg's two-factor theory of motivation, that is on your screen, where job dissatisfactions are reasons are there and job satisfactions are there. So, if hygiene factors like if the employee's working condition become more effective and co-worker relations are influenced because of this job design, or on another side, if the job satisfaction is increased because of the motivating factors like achievement, if the organization can give them a recognition, give them a responsibility, and give them a personal growth and advancement in their careers, then definitely this motivating factors increases the job satisfaction. The factors that that may be targeted with the help of job enrichment. So this is overall about the how an organization can improve their working through job design and their applications. Okay, thank you.